All right, time now for a little word association here on College Football Live. I'll give you a word or phrase. You tell me the word associated with it. You know, recently, Tom Herman, the Texas head coach, said Texas is the mecca of college football. Other people saying Texas is back. Let's come up with a different word here. Andre, you start. Texas is what?
It's a mystery to why there isn't more success each and every year at the University of Texas. When you look at them, I think it's the best job in not only college football, but all of football. The resources, where they are geographically, the recruiting bed that they can reach north, south, east, and west. And yet every year we have to say, is Texas back?
They're underachieving. If they are the mecca of college football, how can you possibly justify just one national championship since 1970? 50 years, guys. And by the way, they need to just think about owning their own rivalry. Oklahoma, for instance, in that same time frame, 4 national championships. So if they're the mecca of college football, they got some serious work to do when it comes to bringing home a national championship.
Yeah, I unfortunately took that a little too literally. Big. It's a huge state. Takes 2 days to drive across, and I apologize for that. Let's go to USC now. They hire Graham Harrell as the offensive coordinator, Andre. They've moved to the air raid. USC adopting the air raid is what?
I think it's desperate.
Yep.
When you go 5-7 and your job's on the line, and you're Clay Helton, you're going to try just about anything you can to win football games. You've recruited to a certain system each and every year for the last 4 years. It's supposed to be quarterback you. They might like it. The quarterbacks for sure will like it, Greg.
It's mind-blowing to me to think that the SC that I grew up with in the early 2000s with Carson and Leinart and Reggie and all these incredible players, they were a pro-style, multiple-style offense with a quarterback under center, NFL running back, long wide receivers on the outside, multiple tight ends on the field, depending on what the down and distance was. Like, the fact that they have adopted the system of today is insane to me. So I'll be curious to see how it works out. It clearly is a desperation move for Clay Helton to make sure that they get this thing back on track.
Well, they finished 9th in the Pac-12 in scoring offense, so you got to do something, and they are certainly doing something. All right, speaking of adopting, Texas A&M, the Unity Council, has adopted a policy that the team will stay off of all social media for the duration of fall camp. Andre, no social media for the rest of fall camp. That is what? Give me a word.
Smart. I love it. I absolutely love it because it's going to force guys to focus on the job at hand. You know, working through camp. There are no distractions whatsoever. You're just focusing on football and learning the offense and defense, and then putting everything you have into what needs to be accomplished for the 2019 season.
Huh? No social media? I'm 18 to 22. The only thing I've ever known is social media. I can't pick up the phone and talk to one of my friends or one of my teammates. I have to tweet at them or send a direct message. There's no way that this is going to be something that these guys can wrap their head around. Then again, it is smart, and I appreciate it knowing that they have an expectation of what they're trying to focus in on during the fall camp. But my reaction initially, if Jimbo Fisher were to present it, if I'm 18 to 22, how do we talk to people?
What is this interacting you speak of? I don't know how to do that. By the way, Clemson, all social media off limits for the entire season, and it seems to have worked for them the last 8 or so years they've been doing that. 2 of the last 3 national championships. All right, next one. This is the 150th season of college football. Andre, the 150th season of CFB is what? Give me a word. Scribbling.
Writing it now as we speak. Exciting. How about that? Exciting. A lot of excitement in this season in college football, the 150th year. I think there's going to be a lot of great football games played this year, and a lot of tradition built on what's already been established. This will be a fun year to kind of see what's in store.
Well, this is going to be exciting. It always is, but I'm going chalky. I interpret it as, all right, what's this season going to look like? Are there going to be some surprises? I don't see any, guys. It feels like the usual suspects are going to be in the running for another national championship. The same teams are going to be trying to get to the playoff yet again this year. So I'm not expecting a lot of surprises this year. So I'm going chalky the way I describe this upcoming season.
How about this? It starts August 24th. It ends January 13th. This is a long, long season, but it'll be fun. There's no such thing as too much college football. All right. It'd be interesting to see if it's chalky in terms of the Heisman. Usually it's a quarterback award. Andre, you would know that. How about a non-quarterback Heisman winner is? Give me a word, Andre.
Jonathan Taylor at Wisconsin, a running back. Still on the offensive side, though, Matt. But you talk about a guy that went over 2,000 yards as a freshman. Last year, right at over 1,900 yards. He's got 3 offensive linemen returning to Wisconsin. They're going to obviously feature Jonathan Taylor. He could have one heck of a year and then finish the season with a Heisman Trophy.
It'd be welcomed because don't get me wrong, quarterback, difficult position to play, get all the credit, get all the blame. I think that quarterback is definitely the toughest position to play. But at what point are we going to open up the Heisman consideration to defensive players? Running backs are obvious. They still get consideration. But defensive guys, several years, in the last 5 or 6 years, we've seen capable defensive players that haven't even been invited to New York. Quinnen Williams last year at Alabama, tell me he wasn't one of the most dominant players in college football? He absolutely was. So I would love to see something mixed up when it comes to the Heisman Trophy and to see some defensive love that those guys get at the end of the season.
Yeah, and I think the only way it happens is if you shrink the voter pool from like 1 billion to like 15 and have like a committee
We've had
to vote on
defensive
that.
players win it.
Yeah, we had some non-quarterbacks win it in the 1990s.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, make sure you subscribe to ESPN Plus. We'll see you there.